Good evening. Welcome to the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament. Nathan Bush with Joe Mounts, our engineer, as we are getting set for game one of two here this evening between the Beth Haven Christian Hornets and the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Again, Chris Kidd, Nathan Bush here. Nathan, again, don't know a whole lot about either one of these teams coming in, at least from a visuals perspective, but this Woodland Hills team coming out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Been talking with some people here early on, more of a football school than a basketball school, and some high-end names that have gone there.
Yeah, a couple. A guy you may have heard of, Rob Gronkowski, actually graduated from Woodland Hills High School. I don't know if you've heard that name.
Rings a bell.
He was all right. Went on to play at Arizona. He only played a handful of games at Woodland Hills, but he did graduate from there. But we got a big game here. The Hornets. A lot of people have not seen this Beth Haven Hornets school. But you're going to recognize some of the names here tonight as we get a little deeper into it.
Well, we're going to step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be ready to start things here from the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you are watching the Bob Runyon Tournament here on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, Surgical Podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
All will be merry at Thornhill Ford Lincoln during our Build for the Holidays sales event. Time to get the biggest savings with $11,600 off F-150 XLT Crew Cab, starting at $34,944. And off, starting at $29,899.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay bucks for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law, Rob Kinzel, close to home.
The Built for the Holidays sales event is here with unbelievable deals at Thornhill Ford Lincoln. Special gifts for your special someone. 2019 Ford Mustang GT convertible up to $7,000 off, 3 to choose from, and 2019 Ford EcoSport now $18,000.
As player introductions underway right now here on Video Productions. Let's listen in here to the pregame festivities as the players being introduced.
Player number 23, Adams. Player number 25. Tyler Hall. Player number 15, Isaac Ford. Player number 20, Caleb Fader. Player number 3, Andy Spalding.
They come in here 5-5, been on a bit of a roller coaster season again. They did win here at the Phenom Country Roads Invitational last week against Tulsa, 73-61. But Nathan, they've been all over the place. Again, in that game they trailed 19-5 in the first quarter, came back and won. But they won their first 3 games. They've then lost 4 in a row. Then they won their next 2. Then they lost last Saturday by 26. So Beth Haven's been kind of iffy all over the place, but they're still undefeated in conference play at 4-0 in the Christian A region standings.
Yeah, you go 5-5. And they're playing a lot of tougher opponents than what they're probably used to seeing. But this is a different Beth Haven school. It used to be the Christian schools. Beth Haven, back when I was in school, you hear about how well they had played. But you got Devontae Adams. He played some AAU ball across southern West Virginia. Then you got Andy and Matt Spalding, both transferred from Man over to Beth Haven over the summer. So we've seen them before, but a lot of unknowns here in this ball game.
As it'll jump up from the center circle as tip is controlled by Woodland Hills. Is taken in by Robertson, knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Woodland Hills. But, yeah, you do mention Adams at Logan High School, the Spaldings both at Mann High School. So, again, a lot of players locally sometimes maybe not getting some looks on their high school clubs, sometimes tend to transfer over in this situation, or maybe just a better fit for them at Beth Haven as well. So we do tend to see some of that.
Well, I mean, it may not even be sports related for the transfer.
Very true.
You never know.
So now driving in, ball stripped away from Haynesworth. Here comes Beth Haven on their first possession. Over to Andy Spalding, now out to Deontay Adams. Adams drives in left side, count it, and one for, again, his first bucket of the game, first points of the game.
Yeah, and he drives in with that left-handed layup. Chris goes up, it gets the contact, finishes with the left hand, which is very hard to do. It's like I saw that coming, and there it is, the finish with the left hand.
Adams sinks the free throw on the season. Dante averaging 9.5 points per game, 4.6 assists per game for Beth Haven.
He'll be one that they're looking to get going here tonight in this game.
They kick it left side, 3-0 Beth Haven. Ball knocked away by Spalding and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolverines. They're coached by Odell Miller. Beth Haven coached by Ronnie Hipshire, both in their 5th years at their respective schools. Out front, Robertson drives in right side. Nice kick now into the left corner, back out top. Left side three, no good, off the mark for Kenny, and rebounded by Beth Haven. They bring it up the left side, trying to drive in as Moore. He's cut off. Now finds Adams in the middle. Triple team, lost the ball, goes over in an up and down violation. They'll be traveling.
Hobbs thought about going up with it, and then when he got there, and there's an old saying in basketball, don't leave your feet unless you got a plan.
Now out front, Kenny goes inside, ball stripped away. Here comes Beth Haven as the Hornets in the front court. Over to Andy Spalding. Cut off on the right side, kicked out for three from the right wing. No good, off the mark for Moore. Rebound put back up by Hobbs, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. And interesting for Beth Haven, too, Nathan, their sixth man coming off the bench looks like it'll be Matt Spalding, and Matt Spalding is the leading scorer on this team for Beth Haven at 16.8 points per game. So interesting that he is the sixth man instead of in the starting five.
Well, there's times, Chris, whenever you just find your role and you get accustomed to it. Like if you go into the pros, as Hobbs knocks down the first one, if you go to the pros, you see guys that have thrived in that role. Look at Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, guys like that in the NBA that thrive in that six-man role, and that's exactly what Spalding's doing.
Hobbs, it's on the rebound, put back up and in on the right side. It's a nice baseline by Caleb Maynard for his first bucket, and a quick 6-0 lead for Beth Haven.
Now the winner of this game tonight will play the winner of the Chapmanville-Mount View game tomorrow in the championship of the Bob Runyon Memorial Tournament.
And this Woodland Hills team out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, making the trip down. Pull-up jumper from the right elbow, no good by Haynesworth. Ball tipped out, taken away by Beth Haven. Knocked free, but it will stay with the Hornets.
Beth Haven's got a little bit of a size advantage, especially with Hobbs down low. He's about 6'4", 6'5". He's a big guy underneath, and as the scorekeeper tells me, he's actually 6'6". Depends on what kind of shoes he's wearing, but nevertheless, a big guy underneath to try to do a lot with.
Adams gets caught on the left side, dribbles over now to Andy Spalding. Again, the Spaldings both big three-point threats at Mann High School the last 2 years.
They had permission to fire at will.
And now over on the left side, Moore gets it over to Adams, back out front for Spalding as Beth Haven slows things down here just a couple minutes into the first quarter of this first matchup. Top of the key three on the way and buried by Isaac Moore. He went over 1,000 points for his career versus Calvary Baptist Academy 2 weeks ago and gets his first bucket of the game here.
And a foul called on Maynard. That'll be his first, and Chris, to get 1,000 points, I don't care where you're playing and who you're playing against. That's impressive.
So I don't think I've scored that in the backyard over the years. So
I didn't even get that close on 2K.
Top of the key. Woodland Hills still looking for their first bucket. They're driving right baseline, cut off, trying to get it out front. Had an open look, but passing up on it that time was Kenny. Now they go baseline and finding an open man, cutting to the basket. Layup is good by Jeremiah Thomas.
There's a hole in the zone there for Beth Haven, and Woodland was able to the ball game.
2 in favor of the Hornets. Line kick it out front. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Spalding drives in, now kicks it back out front. Adams will reset things here over on the far left. Adams actually transferred down to Chapmanville High School for some part of his junior year last year, but ended up transferring back out as a foul at the top of the key will go against Robertson. That'll be his first.
Well, if he plays at man, he will officially have hit every county in the every team in the county. So, but no, Adams. I mean, there's reasons why kids transfer, and Adams is a heck of an athlete, and I'm sure Beth Haven very lucky to have him.
Yeah, he's a very good student, too. Very well behaved, very well mannered. Again, whenever he was here, cut off, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with him. So, again, just a great addition for this Beth Haven club, having Adams sign over or come over.
And he's a guy who's a big guy, a forward, who can actually handle the ball.
Great entry pass there by Spalding. Found Moore cutting to the rim as he lays it in. Moore had 21 against Calvary Baptist, averaging 14.6 points per game and 6.1 rebounds a game. Now a chance off the steal. Up ahead to Matt Spalding, who's just checked in. Almost basket interference, but Matt Spalding able to lay it in for his first two.
Yeah, they got really close to basket interference there, and now Beth Haven's really putting the pressure on.
13-2 in favor of the Hornets. Left side, tough jumper, way off the mark, no good. Thomas able to corral it, though, for the Wolverines. Goes back up. His shot misses to the left. Rebound blocked away by Hobbs. Still controlled by the Wolverines. Blocked again by Hobbs as he's doing work down low. Now Dennard tries to try again on the right side, and Dennard just could not find any luck on that trip.
Refs are letting them play. A lot of contact underneath and no call.
Now the Hornets looking to extend this lead as they've come out of the gates firing at 13-2 against the team from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Matt Spalding cutting in left side as he tried to get the layup with the left hand. Now here comes the Wolverines trying to make them pay in transition. Dennard underneath, can't get it to fall. Again, Hobbs there disrupting things, and now Hobbs fighting for it with Dennard, knocked out of bounds off of Beth Haven.
Yeah, and Hobbs there, he's really just been a shot alterer and a shot blocker underneath, doing a great job making players have to try to go around him. What a tree.
And as you said, Hobbs 6'6" on the interior, averages 8.7 points per game and 5 rebounds a game for Beth Haven. So they get it back to Dennard. This time they get free of Hobbs, and Dennard able to lay it in for his first bucket.
Dennard kicked it over to Keeney, who kicked it back, and that was a smart move to get Hobbs away from the basket to try to play underneath for an easy layup for Woodland.
13-4 in favor of Beth Haven. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Stepping back, three on the way. Moore has been on fire here in the first quarter. That's 8 points for him and 2 threes.
16 points already, and we're still almost 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Actually, more than 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter.
Stepping over left side, Hainsworth now into the center for Jenkins, who's just checked in. Now they go to Dennard down low, and once again there's Hobbs there to bother him. Here comes Moore up the left side. Moore gets into the paint, drives all the way in, and let's see if we got a blocker charge here. It looks like we're going the other way with this. A charge against Moore.
Yeah, the charge call there. Moore was a little too overzealous to get in there. Hobbs will come out.
I'll bring in Jason Fry, the 6'2 junior. Now here come the Wolverines, trailing it by 12 here with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Over on the left side for Hainsworth, now back to the top of the key.
Still in that 2-3 zone.
Now Woodland Hills trying to get more ball movement out front for Kenny. Open three, but he's off the mark. Rebound underneath, taken away from Jenkins, and last touched out of bounds. Looks like last touch by Woodland Hills.
And, Woodland, they're going to have to be able to knock down shots in order to get Beth Haven out of the zone. They're using their size and just begging Woodland Hills to just shoot. And Woodland's not been very effective so far.
And again, that 2-3 zone in high school basketball can be so effective.
It's effective at every level when it's done correctly, Chris. You basically have to shoot your way out of it.
Now steal. Here comes a chance in transition for Hainsworth. Goes one-on-one with Andy Spalding. Goes up. Can't get the roll, but does draw the foul on Andy Spalding.
You could see that. That for sure looked like it was going in, but not happening there for Woodland Hills. Couldn't get the roll as it hit every part of the rim and fell out.
That's been the story of the first quarter here for Woodland Hills. They just haven't gotten it to fall anywhere moment. That's free throw off the mark, no good by Hainsworth.
Boats, you can't hit water when the boat's in the desert.
You couldn't hit sand if they were in the desert right now. Any others?
Okay, pretty good. Touche.
Second free throw up, rattles around and falls home for Hainsworth. So he gets his first bucket of the game, or first point of the game. 16-5 in favor of Beth Haven. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Adams on the left side, gets into the paint, gives it over to Spalding. Baseline jumper up for Andy Spalding, no good, tipped out. Taken away, here comes Hainsworth again. Woodland Hills trying to get out and run, but here's stolen away by Andy Spalding. Chance here for Beth Haven the other way. Moore drives in, pull-up jumper, rims in and out, no good as he tried to get the runner to fall. And they'll say last touched out of bounds by the Hornets.
And it's going back to Woodland Hills, and this is an up and down pace. Beth Haven used to playing that sort of style.
In all essence, kind of lucky to only be down by 11
Honestly,
right now.
This is a quarter dominated by the Hornets.
As heading to the bench will be Hainsworth as Dennard checks back in. So we're under a minute and a half to go in the first half. On the right side, Jenkins back out top of the key as they swing it around. Newly into the game is Reddick, says his pass dangerous, but Jenkins able to get it. Now they go into the middle, trying to set it up over to Reddick. He'll take a three from the left side, no good off the mark. There's Dennard on the rebound, gives it over to Jenkins, short jumper, off the back iron, no good from about 4 feet. Rebound loose, taken by Jenkins, feeds it over left side, layup is good for Robertson, his first basket.
That's some good hustle there from Woodland to get that ball, but Beth Haven kind of shot themselves on the foot there. We had 2 guys go for the ball from the same team, and that gave Woodland an opening.
Adams over on the left side. Gets into the middle. Turnaround jumper. Contested, but there's Dante Adams with his 5th point.
I think Coach Beth Haven wanted to go to a post-up, but there's a timeout.
So a timeout called here by Woodland Hills with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout by Coach Odell Miller. And that was something that I was reading with Beth Haven when I was trying to look up some things for this game. Again, Ronnie Hipshire even said during their 4-game losing streak, he said, right now we're playing very selfish basketball. We've got to share the ball and stop having players look for their points and look for getting their shots off. And so you can tell Coach Hipshire wants to see more of that ball movement and getting more players involved. And thus far here in the first quarter, I think we've seen a lot of that.
They have. They've done a good job so far, Chris, and creating their own shots. They've done well. And honestly, I think Woodland may have to try to switch up out of man-to-man because man-to-man right now is not working.
Now final 34 seconds of the first quarter. An 11-point lead for Beth Haven. Again, the winner moves on to the championship game tomorrow night against either Mount, which will be coming up on Video Productions.
And Video Productions is all over the place tonight. They're down in Beckley for the shootout at the Armory as well. Hello, Robbie Mounts, if you're listening.
Yeah, you got a great one right now with Shady Spring and George Washington coming down to the wire.
Yeah, 55 or 5-point difference in that ball game, but nevertheless, we keep tabs on our high school basketball here.
This pass thrown away on the inside, so now Beth Haven will get the last look at the quarter. But yeah, Shady Spring ranked number 3 in AA coming into the year, and George Washington number 3 in AAA coming into the year. And right now Shady up by 5 with about a minute to go. So they go down low on the left block, back out to Adams. Good look for him, and he'll hit the mid-range jumper for his 7th point.
Post underneath, and that'll do it for the quarter.
And what a quarter it was for the Hornets. They take a 20-7 lead after the first 8 minutes of play. We'll be back after this break as you are watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Twenty to 7, Beth Haven leads it here as we get ready to start quarter number 2 from Danny Gobby Gymnasium in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you with Joe Mounts, our engineer. And here in the first quarter, Nathan, it was just great offense by Beth Haven, good sharing of the ball, and really just Woodland Hills not being able to knock down anything from anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, they couldn't get anything going. As there you see Andy Spalding get an easy layup.
And his first 2 of the game, and Andy Spalding averaging 9.9 points per game on the year. So again, it's good distribution on the score sheet for this Beth Haven club. Again, they've got 6-7 players that can hurt you on the floor at any time. So They go down low for Robertson. Kicks it up top. Ball lost driving in and not able to be saved as Kenny tried to hang on to it but lost it off its left hand and out of bounds.
Yeah, he just couldn't hold on to the ball, and Woodland's really struggling here early on in this ball game.
22-7 in favor of Beth Haven.
We look in at Shady and George Washington now. George Washington's got the ball back with only down 3.
Yeah, again, that game on our adjacent channels on Video Productions as well. Down to the final 15 seconds of that game as Spalding on the left side thought about a 3, now gives it over to Moore. Moore goes inside, turnaround hook, blocked away as trying to get in there. That time was Fry but rejected, and now ball loose, taken away by Woodland Hills as Hainsworth able to fight for it.
Woodland had to hurry and get across the half-court line.
Get it over right side, now back out to Hainsworth. Again, Woodland Hills trying to find any offense here in the first half as they trail it by 15. Now they get it to Dennard at the free throw line, back out. Trying to drive baseline and cut off is Reddix. Now up top.
They've got 2 flashing in the center of the zone. Really just they lose the ball out of bounds, but knocked away by Beth Haven.
And this is still a young Woodland Hills Wolverines team. Again, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores on this team.
Well, I mean, it comes with playing together and learning how to play against the zone.
They inbound it now out front for Reddix as one of the freshmen on this roster over to his right, double teamed by the Spaldings. Feels like he's seeing double over there. Back out top.
We apologize for Chris.
Now Reddix goes for 3 from the right side, missed it off the front of the iron and taken away by Dante Adams.
And final, Shady Spring 54, George Washington 51
and again,
from Beckley.
We got to see Shady Spring. We've done several George Washington games so far. Those are 2 good clubs, and Shady Spring going to be very dangerous this year. They've got a lot of shooters on that roster. Speaking of shooters, here's one for Beth Haven. Off the mark, bow for Andy Spalding from the outside. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Dennard in the front court had it stripped away. Andy Spalding there yet again for the steal.
Spalding twins, active hands. This entire Beth Haven squad very active with their hands, knocking balls away, and Woodland Hills still, though, in man-to-man.
Dante Adams over on the left side, gets into the paint, cut off, back out to Matt Spalding. 5.5 minutes to go here before halftime, 22-7 in favor of Beth Haven. As now Matt Spalding steps back, goes for a deep 3, no good, rebounded by Dennard underneath. And now Beth Haven's taking a couple of tough shots here in their last 2 possessions. Out front, pull-up jumper in the paint, off and in and out that time for Hainsworth. Here comes Beth Haven back the other way. Andy Spalding steps back for 3, no good. Rebounded though by Fry, charges on the left side. He's rejected. Ball going out of bounds. Matt saves it, but into the hands of Jenkins.
That was a nice save, but fortunately no Hornets in the neighborhood.
Now 4-on-1 the other way. Reddix will take a pull-up jumper instead. And again, they had 4-on-1. But couldn't drive in.
Like there's a lid on the basket for both teams right now.
And again, only 2 field goals thus far. Actually 3 for Woodland Hills here in the first half. As Adams gets it over to Fry. 4:35 to go before halftime as both teams gone cold here in the second quarter. Just 2 points between both as Matt Spalding drives in. Tough fadeaway jumper and somehow got it to go.
What a tough shot and timeout Woodland.
Woodland Hills wants another timeout with 4:25 left here before halftime. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well. Back after this as you are watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal defense families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you with Joe Mounts, our engineer. At 24-7, all Beth Haven here thus far in this first semifinal between them and Woodland Hills. And right now, Nathan, you kind of talked about it during intermission again, just not a whole lot of ball movement here in the second quarter off both sides.
No, and I'm not seeing a lot of off-ball movement either, Chris. Both teams really need to work on that, and Woodland's running man-to-man. Beth Haven's not setting a lot of screens, but they're still getting it done, but Woodland Hills just can't hang on to the ball.
Reddix turns it over. Adams gets it right in front of us. Now Spalding being trapped. Gets it out front now, or back court rather, for Adams. Now across the timeline as Beth Haven gets out of trouble. It's Caleb Maynard into the game for Beth Haven.
I'm trying to get him away from me with the force there. Did it work?
And Isaac Moore able to get the driving layup for his 10th point. Yeah, Nathan had his left hand out extended just to get everybody away from him.
I do that when I drive sometimes too.
As Moore with a block goes the other end, up and under. Layup is good for Isaac Moore as he has been sensational here in the first half.
You said it, Chris. Moore has been on fire, and Beth Haven, I'm going to steal a pun from you. Can we get more, Coach Hipshire's asking. What a great job he's done so far in this first half as Beth Haven now extends their lead to 21.
Well, more and more. It's looking like his night here tonight.
All right. Enough.
We're both channeling our inner Jim Nance right now. Pun Central.
Jim Nance.
The free throw up and good for Moore.
There's a name I didn't think I'd hear tonight.
13 points for Isaac Moore, leading all scorers. Isaac Moore right now beating Woodland Hills by himself. He's up by 6 on them. Is out front.
Well, Beth Haven switched to a 1-3-1.
Now they get it inside. Hainsworth pull-up jumper, and once again just cannot find the range here tonight for this team from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As Adams into the center, cut off, gets it out front. Maynard now will go back to Adams, 29-7 in favor of the Hornets.
Yeah, and Woodland against that 1-3-1. If you can't knock down shots against the 1-3-1, you're really going to struggle.
Now they slow this 22-point lead. Maynard on the right wing as we fall under 3 minutes to go before time.
Nobody underneath for Beth Haven.
Moore takes a deep three off the back iron, rebounded underneath by Reddix. So now Woodland Hill's going to try and find any offense here. They're still scoreless here in the second quarter. Hainsworth up top. Darian Russian into the game as well for the Wolverines as they go to Dennard at the free throw line, back out to Russian.
I don't know if Dennard was expecting that pass.
Now to Reddix. He can't break the streak because he airballs it over the rim, and now taken away by Adams.
And this is going to be a rough night if Woodland cannot start finding the range. They're going to have a long evening.
Andy Spalding, step back three, no good. Rebound tipped around, still loose. Moore trying to get it, but Dennard comes out of the pile with it. He'll take it up the left side, gets inside, goes up and under, and there's the first points of the second quarter for the Wolverines.
And that was a good finish at the rim, and what's going to happen here, Chris, Woodland is going to have to try and force some steals, get some fast break buckets. That's where they've been the most effective tonight.
We're under 2 minutes to go before the half. Adams, good drive, but swatted away by Robertson as he got to the 10, and it'll stay with Beth Haven as substitutions on both sides coming in.
It was good defense there for Woodland, but Adams had the right idea. He saw an opening and took it. Unfortunately for him, good defense there for Woodland. You'll see it here on our video productions replay. Adams goes up with the right hand. Maybe he would have got it if he went with the left.
And there's Isaac Moore again on the baseline jumper. He connects for his 15th point, 31-9 now Beth Haven as Robertson drives inside, lost control of it, and last touch by the Wolverines.
Well, more. How do you like it there from Beth Haven? He is on fire this evening.
I'll tell you what,
I thought the puns were going to quit, but I decided not to.
I told you, this Beth Haven team, they've got a lot of talent. Again, only about 10 men on the roster, but they've done a good job of trying to adjust, and like you talked about, kind of dominant league. Again, they won it last year. We're 21-5 last year, won the WVCEA state title with a 72-55 win over Mercer Christian, but they lost the NACA final game 63-55 to Faith Christian out of Roanoke, Virginia. So, again, this is a Beth Haven program that's been very established for quite a while. Isaac Moore continuing to light the nets on fire here in the first half. He's got 18 now for the game.
Isaac Moore has scored 18. Woodland Hills has scored 9.
And the 6'3 junior has just been outstanding here in the first 15 minutes. Underneath layup over the rim for Kenny, no good, and rebounded by Adams. 25-point lead and looking for more on this trip as Adams Drives in left side, tough layup attempt, hit underneath the basket. Now up ahead here for Kenny, 1-on-2. Able to get Spalding to hit the ground, and that is him an easy layup attempt as Kenny gets his first bucket.
Spalding may have been looking for a foul there. He wasn't going to get that, though. And Spalding now is going to handle the ball on Adams. He's kind of holding his leg there, but Beth Haven going to try and hold for one here. They've done a good job, though, Chris, here in this second quarter, really moving without the basketball. Hello.
Oh, that time Spalding and Adams, neither one of them expecting that pass from Moore, and it went kind of in between them, so I don't think either one of them really knew who it was intended for.
Yeah, that ball went into about the third row. So that's just a play that you can't have for Beth Haven.
Break for Woodland Hills here. They perhaps will get the final look at the half. Now pass Tall, but going over to get it is Russian, down to 12 seconds. Into the middle they go for Dennard. Jump steps inside, kicks it out. Thomas takes a long jumper, air ball, but there's Robertson on the putback. He can't finish. Rebound taken away by Moore with 2 seconds. Across the timeline with 1, gets a shot off at the horn, and out, no good for Isaac Moore, as he didn't miss much in this first half, and neither did this Beth Haven club, as they end up coming out, shutting down Woodland Hills and taking a 2 intermission. Well, Nathan and I are going to step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll break down the first half of action as well as have scoring and analysis here from Danny Godby Gymnasium as you are watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
SUV season at Thornhill Mitsubishi. Serving up 0% APR for 72 months on 2019 Eclipse Cross, $20,770. $7,900 off 2019 Outlander PHEV and 2019 Outlander Sport. Wow, $15,750.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Sign, and he just ran right through it and hit me. It was like I wasn't even there.
So the other driver tried to blame Roxana.
My legs were black and blue.
We found a surveillance video from a nearby business and proved that she was right and the other driver was wrong.
The amount that I received was actually a lot more than I thought.
Roxana got paid.
They made it where you actually wanted to talk to them.
Farmer Clyde and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
It's that magical time of year, Thornhill Mitsubishi's year-end sales event with brand new Mitsubishi models for under $20,000. Get the perfect gift that's safe, reliable, and affordable. Let Thornhill Mitsubishi make it happen. Make the holidays magical. Put Thornhill Mitsubishi at the
34-11, Beth Haven dominating play here in the first 16 minutes, looking to advance to the finals of the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush, with Robbie Mounts is in Beckley. Joe Mounts is here with us, though, on the other end.
And looking sharp, ain't he? Look at Joe Mounts tonight. You all can't see him at home, but got a bow tie rocking, looking good.
I was going to say, Joe showed up prepared, I showed up looking good, and Nathan rocking the sweatpants.
I'm a dad. Leave me alone.
I'm a dad. That is a good excuse. We will take that.
It's a great job. It's a great excuse.
Well, here, though, in the first 16 minutes, Nathan, again, Beth Haven working the ball around, able to take advantage of some transition opportunities as well whenever they were afforded them, as you see here on our Video Productions instant replays. Again, they just did everything well here in the first half. And then on the defensive end, again, with that 2-3 zone really bothering Woodland Hills, not able to get any looks for the Wolverines. And even though they did, they seemed like they were panicked, they were rushed, they were forcing shots that weren't there. And Woodland Hills just never got into a rhythm here in the first 16 minutes.
Yeah, the 2-3 zone was effective, and then the 1-3-1 was effective, and they were able to use both zone coverages, and Woodland Hills just hasn't had the shooting that they need to get out of these zones. Like, you think back, Chris, a few years ago, there was a Kentucky team that had John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Patterson, all those guys, and they ran into this WVU team, and the WVU team, this is in the Elite Eight, WVU set a 1-3-1 on them, and Kentucky could not make outside jump shots, and that's exactly what Beth Haven's done tonight, using 1-3-1 zone, 2-3 zone. If you can't make an outside jump shot, they're just going to sit in that zone all day and dare you to shoot. And that's what's happening.
Yeah, thus far, them out of that zone or make anything from the perimeter. Have scoring on both sides. We'll start with Woodland Hills. Dennard led the way with 4 points. Then you had Thomas, Kenny, and Roberts, and then Hainsworth with 1 point to round out the scoring for Woodland Hills. On the other end, Isaac Moore leading all scorers and beating Woodland Hills all on his own with 18 points in the first half. Then you had Dante Adams with 7 points, Matt Spalding with 4, Andy Spalding with 2, Caleb Maynard with 2, and Tyler Hobbs with 1 point to round out the scoring. Again, let's look ahead here to the next game coming up. And again, we've got Logan and Chapmanville coming up here shortly on Video Productions. Again, about 8:30, it'll be Chapmanville and Mount View, and then
the Logan game should be starting here shortly on Video Productions.
Yeah, it'll be them and Beckley, again, renewing that old rivalry from the Armory. So that'll be a good and fascinating matchup between David Early and the young Logan Wildcats, as they've gotten more stability now after that. They've really started to won 2 of 3 in the tournament they were in last week. So that'll be an interesting matchup early on in the season. So if you're a Logan County basketball fan, you've got plenty to watch here this evening on Video Productions and WVOW coming up soon.
Yeah, just get you a bowl of popcorn and a cold drink and have a seat, because we'll be with you all evening on Video Productions and on WVOW. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some basketball.
And Chapmanville, they're going to be looking to extend that home winning streak as well, heading up against Mount View. Again, Mount View going to be a very tall task for them coming up. And if Chapmanville's able to win, that'll be 50 straight wins over West Virginia high school teams moving forward. I mean, that's just an astonishing number. They haven't lost here at home since that double overtime loss to Mingo Central a couple of years back with Jeremy Dillon and that crew that got to the state tournament as well and made the state semifinals. So that's how long it's been that since Chapmanville lost. That was the year that they were state runner-up to Fairmont Seniors. So it's been quite a while since Chapmanville's lost here at home, and they're not expected to later on tonight. But Chapmanville had a very good week last week, beating ISA Academy by 9 after trailing by 9 in the first quarter. Then came back from 12 down against Miller, Virginia after the first quarter and ended up winning that game by 3. I mean, those were 2 very good programs. Miller, Virginia was a state champion in 2018 in Virginia. So very good showing by the Tigers last week to get those wins, and now looking to take their holiday tournament again.
Yeah, and Chapmanville has been undefeated at home. We talked about it. Miller, Virginia, we thought would give them a run, Chris, but Chapmanville able to pull one out there with a 3-point win and a very close and fun ball game we got to see. And Mount View's got a lot to say grace over tonight, but don't ever count them out. They were big underdogs against North Marion a few years ago in this holiday tournament, where we saw University of Alabama Birmingham commit at the time for North Marion, Akabwizi. I'll never forget that. Yeah. I'll never forget that name. And Mount View was able to win that one on a buzzer beater. So
that was a fun game.
Don't count out anybody. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Just ask the Pelicans that.
True. We'll have that game for you approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game between Beth Haven and Woodland Hills. But here at the half, it is Beth Haven leading Woodland Hills 34-11. Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 3 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you are watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
Think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Back here in Danny Gobby Gymnasium, Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you with Joe Mounts, our engineer, as we are in game 1 of 2 here tonight from the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament. Again, this will be the first of 2 nights of this. The losers will play in the consolation game tomorrow. The winners will face off in the championship game tomorrow at approximately 8:30. And again, Mount View and Chapman coming your way later on. But again, this Woodland Hills team did kind of mention that they were a football school more than a basketball school coming in. He went there, according to some of the people around there, said more NFL players from that high school than any other in the country. So very impressive feat for them. And they are coming around with their basketball program. Again, Woodland Hills, they've had 3 straight winning seasons after they suffered through 10 losing seasons in 11 years, including going 0-22 in 2014. But they did make the boys 6A state tournament in 2018 and 2017, and they are in 4A in Pennsylvania, incidentally. But as we said, they are a young team again this year, so still trying to rebuild, somewhere around the 2-6 mark coming in here tonight.
Yeah, and you know their coaching staff's got to be really upset with how they played in the first half against this Beth Havens crew as they start the half with a turnover.
And it didn't start back much better as we come out of intermission with a 34-11 lead here for Beth Haven. Now with the ball. It's over on the left side.
Woodland still out in man-to-man.
It's Maynard with it on the lane. Now kicks it out front for Andy Spalding. Over to Moore. Moore, drive left baseline, pull-up jumper, and he picks up right where he left off in the first half. He's now got 20 points for the game.
And he's got a nice jump shot too, Chris. Nice rhythm, nice motion with it. Goes up, good-looking jumper.
Now baseline, Robertson gets free, and he lays it in. One of the few seniors on this roster. He's got 4 points now.
Good take by Robertson there as he got behind the 1-3-1, was able to just kind of get out, and the big man Hobbs couldn't get to him in time.
Adams out to Moore, goes for 3. No good short on this attempt. Rebound taken away by the Wolverines. Outlet pass tipped in the air by Spalding, but slows down the break for Woodland Hills. Now the Wolverines will reset here as Hainsworth gets it over to Kenny, driving baseline as Robertson, a reverse layup is good.
Well, Woodland Hills has found a little fire now, and Haven, they don't want to see this Woodland Hills team start to kind of pick up the pace and go.
Ronnie Hipshire wants a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here. But right there, good take on the baseline, and that was back-to-back times Robertson's done that, so maybe something that they've talked about at the half with Coach Odell Miller.
And Woodland Hills is moving quicker in this half, Chris. They're really trying to get down the floor a lot faster. We'll see here in our video productions replay. And you see here, here's the shot, or the take, excuse me, from Moore. That's what we're looking at with that beautiful jump shot. But you'll see Woodland Hills, they've gotten down the court a lot quicker this half. They're trying to get to the basket a lot quicker. They're not letting Beth Haven get set up in that zone. They're interrupting that zone and not letting it really take effect.
Out of the 30-second timeout will be Beth Haven basketball, leading at 36-15, early stages of the third quarter.
I'll never understand why I talk with my hands on when no one can see me. So.
Well, I've had to explain that before in class. I said you explain more with your hands than you do anything else with your hands down to the side talking all. So now here's a steal. A chance here for Hainsworth, drives in left side, avoids the defender, and Hainsworth able to get the layup to go, his first field goal of the game.
And this looks like a completely different Woodland Hills team, Chris. They've already come out and they've cut the lead down to 19, and granted, still 19 points, but Woodland Hills, they look fired up right now.
It was 25, so a 6-0 run here for the Wolverines, and now a chance again. Dennard with the steal, going coast to coast, and he'll lay it in on the left side. He's got 6 points now.
And Beth Haven now might want to pay a little bit of attention because here come the Wolverines, and Beth Haven cannot afford to let this team get back in this ball game as they have on an 8-0 run.
And Coach Miller has to be thrilled with the competitiveness of his team out of the break here as Adams gets into the paint, throws up a tough left-handed hook and block, gets it back in the left corner, steps into a jumper, and Dante Adams able to end the 8-0 run.
Yeah, but here comes Woodland now. They're out and they're down the court in a hurry.
Oh, and that pass of Maynard. and out of bounds, and appears to be okay. Just a little stunned after that pass.
Well, to put another player. Oh, wrong sport. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's dodgeball. Forgive me. And now they're going to take him out of the game as.
Yeah, maybe just make sure he's not bleeding or anything as he comes to the sideline. Again, that was a hard pass to take right in the nostril.
Yeah, he took one right in the dome, as they say, as the kids say. I think.
So now 11 points in the first half for Woodland Hills. They've nearly scored that many here in the first 2.5 minutes as Thomas misses from point-blank range. Had it knocked away by Adams. Tried to save it, but he was on the end line.
Well, again, Hobbs underneath. His presence is altering shots, and that's really what he's been doing so well on the defensive end tonight.
Now they inbound it. Clean look for Dennard, and this Woodland Hills team has come out on fire again. Scored 11 points in the first half. They scored 10 in the first 2:45 of the third.
Here they come, Woodland Hills. They were down early, but they're on the march now.
38-21. Beth Haven still in command. Pass almost stolen. Now he takes it up the left side, goes in on Spalding, and Spalding hacks him hard on the way to the basket. And I tell you what, if they can get this down close to 10 or so, or right at it heading to the fourth, we've definitely got a ball game here.
Well, right now it's a tale of two halves. This looks like a completely different ball club that's come out of the locker room. Maybe just, I don't know what was going on with Woodland early, but they have really come out to play.
Ainsworth free throw, rolls around and goes home. Again, he's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight with 4 points.
Really, I'm looking at a team that's on an 11-4 run here to start the second half.
Second free throw for Ainsworth up. That one rolls around and goes home as well. That'll send Breddix checks back in.
Looks like they're going to go a little small here as Woodland. They may be looking to try to put pressure, cause some steals and turnovers, and really try.
Again, it was a 25-point lead for Beth Haven in the first 30 seconds of the third quarter, and here in about 3 minutes it's been trimmed down to 15, and now a chance to cut into it more as Ainsworth another steal. Dangerous pass up head, deflected, but it still finds Robertson, goes up and under, can't finish, gets the rebound tipped around, out to Reddix, now to Dennard. Dennard trying to find an opening, gets it left side. Ainsworth goes for 3, no good. Rebound loose underneath, being fought for. Hobbs tears it out and gets it to Moore.
Hobbs did a good job getting that ball and not letting anybody from Woodland tie him up. They were looking to get a jump ball, and Woodland comes away empty on that possession.
And right now, Beth Haven just struggling to get shots off on the offensive end.
I mean, they've only had a couple of shots up this whole half. Woodland's defense has really came to play.
Up top, or Andy Spalding rather, tries to slow things down.
Well, they are twins. We'll forgive you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got one that's 3 and one that's 30. So now Andy Spalding loses it on the way in, tried to go with the head fake to get the foul. A dangerous pass out front, but it finds Moore.
Al Spalding stayed in bow.
Moore gets the free throw line and loses it, taken by Rushin, and now a carry called on Rushin. That'll give it back to Beth Haven.
Yeah, that carry call there by the official. Not one you see very often, but I would love to see the statistics on how many steals have happened in this half alone. Woodland is on a tear.
That'll be Adams to inbound right in front of us as he gets it into the backcourt for Andy Spalding. Spalding across the timeline. 15-point lead for Beth Haven, but it was at 25 earlier this quarter. To go down low, slide opening, turnaround jumper, not there. Taken away by the Wolverines. Now dangerous pass, and Andy Spalding with the steal. Oh, you could see him breaking on it immediately. Now his pass deflected by Robertson. Now here come the Wolverines, another intercepted pass. Spalding there again, and now Spalding has it taken away. Ball loose on the floor and out of bounds. It'll go over to Beth Haven, and man, what a ugly sequence that was on both ends. Turnovers galore.
Bowling shoe ugly, I think, would be the term used to describe that sequence of events.
And actually, they're going to give it to the Wolverines now instead after that, so a chance to cut into this lead a little bit more.
You think maybe Beth Haven, they've come out flat here starting. You think maybe they were a little overconfident coming out?
I was going to say, you came in with that huge lead at the half. Hard to feel like you didn't have it in the bag as Robertson misses underneath. Dennard gets it back underneath to Robertson. He finishes with the left hand. The lead is down to 13.
How about that fight from Dennard underneath to get that ball away from Hobbs?
Again, it's been cut in half nearly. Nice drive by Adams and a feed over to Hobbs that time as he finishes for his third point.
And that was a good move from Adams and a good find to Hobbs underneath. He was there waiting, and Woodland now, they don't like to see Beth Haven score, and they can't afford to let them get too far out in front as they've cut this lead down and can't hold the ball in the middle.
They go cross court with it to Hainsworth, then to Dennard. Dennard backing in, kicks it out, wide open three straight on. Count it for Reddick's rather. That's the first three of the game for the Wolverines.
And that is 12-point lead now. Beth Haven was up 25, Chris. They are now only up 12.
They said if they could get it down close to 10 or at 10 at the end of the third, there might be a chance. As Adams' three, no good, rebounded by Hobbs. Turns around in the paint and can't get it to roll home. A chance to cut it to 10 or perhaps lower on this trip. Robertson drives in right side, strong, counted, and the foul.
Wow. Unbelievable, Chris.
As this team has just kicked it into overdrive here in the third quarter, scored 11 per first half, and Woodland Hills has scored 20 here after the timeout. A full timeout by Beth Haven. We'll take it as well. You're watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament right here on Video Productions.
I'm the elf on the shelf, and thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation that will get you back on your physical therapy, turning setbacks into comfort.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, and what has been a shocking turn here in the third quarter after Beth Haven led it 36-11 after the opening point by Moore. Ever since then, it's been a 19-4 run for the Wolverines, and Robertson with a chance to get it to single digits with an and one opportunity, and he does.
The Wolverines turn the ball over for now. Here they come out in a trap trying to press now.
Adams up head to Moore, deflected away by Robertson out of bounds, and it'll stay with Beth Haven. And man, they have just been so active in the passing lanes all over the place. Have the Woodland Hills Wolverines been here in the third?
Chris, have you ever heard of bus lag?
And it looks like they finally caught their wind here, and kind of mentioned with this big comeback underway, how much do they have in the tank? Will they be able to sustain this going into the fourth? Again, they've put it together a lot of energy here in this third quarter to get back into this game.
Well, you said if they could get it under 10, they got a shot, and it's down to 9. So Beth Haven now, they're going to have to respond here.
They get it over to Matt Spalding. 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Spalding loses it. Another turnover for Beth Haven as Dennard with it. Chance to get this down to 7 on this trip, perhaps 6.
And Coach Hipshire can't believe it. He was fired up during that timeout.
Dennard takes it in right side. A lot of contact, nothing there, but Dennard still somehow gets it to go. He's got 10 points.
Chris, we've been doing this for a long time. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Never a comeback, perhaps of this magnitude.
This could end up being one of the biggest single quarter comebacks I've ever seen.
Again, they were down 25. They've cut it to 7. Now to Moore. Can he end the drought? No. In a rebound. Can't get that. And now it's Beth Haven who can't get anything to fall on this end. Up head Robertson over his head and turned over again. An easy chance there to try and cut it to 5, but the pass too long for Robertson.
Yeah, and they might look back on that one and really miss that, but you'll see here, you'll see the take by Dennard on the replay, and man, he just muscled up. Probably could have been a foul there.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's been a lot of contact on both ends, but the referees have let him play here
It's
tonight.
been very consistent.
Now Adams across the timeline, over to his left, goes down low. Backing in as Fry goes up, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound back, and Fry able to finish a much-needed basket for Beth Haven.
Absolutely, and Fry just using his size under advantage, and Woodland now looks to try to get back the momentum back to them.
Hainsworth, he'll go for 3 left side, and Hainsworth able to knock it down. It's down to 6 with 10 in the third. Adams over on the left side, drives in hard, can't get it to fall. Rebound knocked loose, 4 seconds left in the quarter. Up head to Robertson, does he have time with 1? Lays it up, no, doesn't get it to go. As the third quarter comes to an end, and Beth Haven has seen a monstrous 25-point lead dwindle down to 6 as we head to the final quarter of play. Back after this as you are watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Roads, bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt. What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured, including your pain and suffering. And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell, because around here, you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 34659.
Could we perhaps be seeing a comeback for the ages here as we start quarter number 4? Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. Joe Mounts, our engineer, as Beth Haven led it 34-11 at halftime, led it 36-11 in the early stages of the third quarter. It's now a 6-point game. Beth Haven with the ball to start the fourth. Adams, runner in the paint, gets it to fall. Big bucket for Dante Adams.
I'll tell you what, Chris, Beth Haven only had 8 points in the entire third quarter. They're going to have.
I think after they spin it around, Kenny back out to Hainsworth, over to Kenny.
This offense has ran through Dennard in the center, and there's a charge on Woodland.
This is Matt Spalding able to stand in and take the charge against Robertson. And this is where, if you're Woodland Hills, again, they did a lot of chasing, got a lot in transition. Still were able to score a little bit against that 2-3 zone, but they were able to do their damage creating turnovers in the third.
Well, they used Dennard in the center to kind of anchor the offense, and Beth Haven just beat the press.
As Moore dribbles in and a double dribble on him. So that'll give it back to the Wolverines, trailing by 8.
Well, you can see a lot of nervous Beth Haven fans in the crowd right now. They were sitting pretty at halftime eating hot dogs and sipping Sprite. Now they're
making plans for 8:30 tomorrow.
Man, now they're a little nervous, which, I mean, this is unbelievable.
Robertson somehow gets to the other side. Count it, and the foul. How did he get through that traffic to get to the other side, and so plus the foul?
Unbelievable, Chris. Unbelievable. And they could cut this lead to 5.
As Robertson has just been outstanding here in the second half. He's got 13 for the game, but 11 of those have come here in the second half in the last 9 minutes.
And Beth Haven's been running out of that 2-3 zone as he misses the free throw. They've went to the 1-3-1. They may want to go back to that 2-3 zone now.
Andy Spalding right in front of us, 44-38 Beth Haven. And Andy Spalding keeps trying to sell that foul with that up.
He's not going to get that tonight.
Yeah, again, they've been consistent with letting these two play all evening long. A Spalding floater on the way in, and Andy Spalding gets it to go.
And that's what he needs to do, Chris. He needs to get around and get in and create his own shot, and he did well there. It's the lead back to 8.
46-38, Beth Haven trying to hold off Woodland Hills here. 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Down low to Robin, double teamed, and we get a whistle underneath. This is going to go against Beth Haven. This is team foul number 4 on them as they're going to get the reach in. And they signal number 13, but okay, so Jason Fry.
Not going to see, really not seeing a lot of foul trouble tonight as officials have kind of let these teams go.
Dennard in the left corner, drives in hard, gets all the way to the basket, and Dennard able to convert again. We talked about Robertson. Dennard has 8 points in the second half and 12 for the game.
Yeah,
now.
He's done a great job all night, Chris. He's really been the leader of this Woodland Hills team.
Closing in on 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Fry able to lay it in. He's got 4 points now.
And that's the problem when you run small like Woodland Hills is doing. If you leave Fry underneath, and Beth Haven's still in that 1-3-1.
Inside to Dennard, kicks it out to Hainsworth, gets inside the paint, puts up a floater, short, rebounded by Adams. Now a chance here for Beth Haven to extend this lead back to double digits. So can they stabilize things here after it's been all Woodland Hills for about the last 8 minutes of play?
Well, Beth Haven has not had any crazy passes here, which has really driven them crazy as Adams comes up short. Now Woodland Hills has got a chance to get it back to 6.
And again, they haven't been able to break that dam of 6 points right now. Can they get it down below that? Hainsworth Back over to Kenny. 3 on the way. No good. Too strong. Long rebound on the corner. Reddix chases it down. He'll take it inside. Pull-up jumper. Over the rim. No good. And Moore there with the rebound. Moore gets it away from everyone. Back to Adams as they'll bring it up the floor with an 8-point lead.
If you're Beth Haven, you really don't need to be in a big hurry here, Chris. You got an 8-point lead. You've been ahead most of the game. Time is your friend. It'd be better for Beth Haven to just slow this game down because an up-tempo game right now is favoring Woodland.
And Beth Haven has led the entire way. They 9-0 lead right out of the gate as Woodland Hills has not led for a second in this game. Spalding into the center. Step back jumper from the free throw line. Air ball and out of bounds with 4:40 to play. And now it looks like maybe a timeout here. Let's see.
Looks like Woodland took a timeout.
Okay. So let's see if it's a full or a 30. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well with 4:40 to play. Woodland Hills trying to mount this comeback that started trailing by 25. We'll be back after this as you're watching the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament right here on Video Productions.
The holiday sales event is here with unbelievable deals at Thornhill Ford Lincoln. Special gifts for your special someone. 2019 Ford Mustang GT convertible up to $7,000 off, 3 to choose from, and 2019 Ford EcoSport now $18,995.
At Farmer Climate Campbell, we pride ourselves on providing classic service. You get a firm that's concerned about you, your family, as well as the legal process.
We combine the newest technology and digital tools
with our 35 years of experience to help you get more than the insurance company wants to offer.
Traditional service,
contemporary techniques.
Call 346-5990.
Steve, is that your car?
No, it's a rental.
It's SUV season at Thornhill Mitsubishi, serving up 0% APR for 72 months on 2019 Eclipse Cross, $20,770, $7,900 off 2019 Outlander PHEV and 2019 Outlander Sport. Wow, $15,000.
48-40 here with 4:40 to play. Chris Kidd here with you with Nathan Bush beside me as Woodland Hills trailed it by 25 early in the third quarter. They've dwindled it down as close to 6 as Dennard can't get that one to fall on the inside and Fry with a big rebound.
Dennard thought he got fouled there, but they've just not been calling that, Chris. You're not going to get it tonight.
And this is state tournament crew as well.
I like it, though. They're letting the guys play, and it's consistent.
I do, too. I'd rather see the game like this instead of a foul festival as Dennard with a steal. Up ahead pass tipped by Spalding, taken by Moore, and a great save by Moore.
I don't know how he didn't go out of bounds, but that was a good save.
Now to Adams in the center. Drives in, gives it off to Fry. Lost it. Dennard can't control it. Roddy's hit the deck. Robertson gets it, shovels it over to Reddix. Now here he comes up the left side. Under 4 minutes to play. Outside, now over to Hainsworth. Wide open in the corner. Can't get the 3 to go. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and last touch. Referees looking at each other here.
I'm assuming this is going to stay with Woodland.
And it will. And again, Woodland, they've kind of started to run out of steam a little bit here. You can start to see the legs getting a little heavy on some of these jumpers, but do they have one more run left in them?
It's going to take another run, Chris, if they're going to get back in this one. They're down 8, which is much better than 25, but Woodland's going to have to get in on a little run here, and they have yet to really be able to do that.
Get it to Robertson, now to Dennard. Jumper was hacked on the elbow, and he'll go to the free throw line with 3.5 minutes to play.
What Woodland's been able to do, Chris, here is to get into the center underneath, and that's really where they've done their most effective work. And what's happened is they're going baseline, and they're having Dennard, who's at the free throw line, cut down when they go baseline with the ball, and that's really penetrating this 1-3-1 zone.
Dennard. Funky free throw style there. It looked
like Sean Marion release.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was my grade school release there, the two-handed push shot.
Hey, some people have made a living with that shot.
Oh, your Lord, yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. You just don't see it very often.
No, very interesting shot, but missed them both.
Yeah, so those were 2 big misses right there, and now Beth Haven still clinging to this 8-point lead here.
Yeah, they've missed 4 free throws tonight, have Woodland, and in a game where points aren't coming easy, those will be big points.
Hobbs looks down low to Fry. Pass tipped in the air, but right back to Fry and lays it in. And now Woodland Hills trails Beth Haven by 10, closing in on 3 minutes to go.
Beth Haven's just going back to their size. They got Fry and Hobbs in, and they're really taking advantage of it right now.
They get it to Dennard, gets inside strong, can't finish at the rim. I think he thought he was going to get contact and didn't. And that's another big miss. Again, 4 points they've left on the board the last 2 trips.
Yeah, and Hobbs and Fry are causing a lot of shot changes here for both for this Woodland Hills team, and they're doing a great job. There's a steal.
Robertson in a foot race with Moore, and count it, and Moore's lucky that wasn't an N1.
Moore probably should have been called for a foul on that one, but he wasn't. So he got away with that one.
Now 50-42, 2.5 minutes to go here. And Beth Haven with the ball, nowhere near the penalty yet. Only one team foul against Woodland Hills in the second half. Matt Spalding wide open three, no good, but there's Fry on the offensive board. Good feed to Hobbs, and he'll lay it in.
Good move from Fry to get the rebound and dish it to Hobbs. And it looks like Beth Haven, if they're going to get the win here, there's a timeout. If Beth Haven gets the win, Fry and Hobbs definitely deserve really a lot of credit for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jason Fry coming off the bench here in the second half has been huge underneath here in the fourth quarter. A couple of big offensive rebounds, getting a couple of putbacks as well. I mean, he really has helped sustain and eliminate this run from Woodland Hills. Again, once they got it down to 6, you really felt like it was going to happen, that they were going to overcome it. But Woodland Hills has come up empty whenever they needed it here. As we take a look here at Logan and Beckley, they are just now underway, 2.5 minutes deep into the first quarter, where they're all tied at 4-4. As again, that game on our adjacent channel here on Video Productions with Robbie Mounts there in Beckley, West Virginia. So again, we've got Logan already started. Chapmanville's approximately 25-30 minutes away from starting. So again, all sort of local high school basketball action coming your way tonight here on Video Productions. As they inbound it into the backcourt, does Woodland Hills as Kenny gets it over with 2 minutes to go to Reddix. Woodland Hills going to have to get going here in a hurry as they go to Robertson on the baseline. Kicks out Hainsworth. Had a wide open three and passed on it. Out top, three no good for Kenny. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and last touch, it appears, by Beth Haven. And I don't know why Hainsworth passed on that three.
I don't either. He had a wide open look, but I guess Hainsworth wanted to kick it over to his teammates. Sometimes you got to be a little selfish, Chris. You got to shoot those open shots, and that one could come back to haunt Woodland.
And get it into Kenny in the left corner. They need this to go, and there it is. Kenny able to connect for his 5th point.
Well, now if you're Woodland, you got to force some turnovers.
And now a delay of game warning on Woodland Hills for taking the ball out of the net and forward. So now it's a 7-point game with 1:45 to go. They get Andy Spalding back into the game for ball handling purposes.
Yeah, if you're Beth Haven here, you don't have to score in a big hurry. You can kind of hold the ball, maybe force Woodland to try to foul you. Just can't turn the ball over.
Cross-court pass finds Andy Spalding. Now into the right corner. 4 more back out front for Matt Spalding. 90 seconds to play. Again, only one team foul against Woodland Hills is Adams. He's going to take it here, draws the foul, and that'll put him at the free throw line to shoot 2.
I don't know why Adams would be in a hurry to try to shoot that shot, Chris. I think that's one where you got to force him to foul you.
Get that foul on Hainsworth. Yeah, I'm kind of like you again. Beth Haven doesn't have to be in a hurry right now. Again, make Woodland Hills come out and chase you. As Adams gets 2 free throws and buries the first.
Well, that was a nice free throw there.